Today is November 30th, 2013, 9 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, possibly 9:01 p.m. by now. And I'm looking through the window of my vehicle because I don't really, it's on the cold side. I don't want to open the window right now, and there's some strange activity been going on around. So I'm in the car. I'm ready to drive away if need be, but I'm in our driveway, and this light has been acting most strangely. So not for the first time or the only time. I thought I'd go ahead and film it though. There's been a lot of activity to try to keep me from finishing my project. I'm finishing up part 1 of the 3-part video set follow-up. There, see that light? Now it turned to that color. It mostly is looking like it wants to die, like it's that orange color, but at least it doesn't seem to be doing that like just continually, but when I pull in or so, then there seems to be like a non-random occurrence of the bright white light coming on in place of the orange. I don't know if we'll do it again because there might be some awareness now that I'm recording. So I'll just hold the recorder while I finish the narrations. We'll see. You see, it's the same colors I've seen them using outdoors that seem to be not random either, so that's part of the reason I'm going ahead and recording this. The white street lights and the orange street lights, and how they could potentially affect people. And I've noticed also there's a lot of yellow and blue. Sometimes they seem combined and you see a green. And I have come across some research, some neurological research and biophotonics research about these things affecting people through visual responses of ganglion cells that's in the retina, I believe, of people's eyes. So it's probably not a coincidence. And there's been a lot of sound disturbances, especially lately. I heard that maybe there is a legal opportunity at this time for people to claim that they're around to shoot wildlife, particularly ducks, which I don't approve of. We have pet ducks, or at least we have had. I hope they're safe and sound. I get really nervous because I don't see them for some stretches, but then a lot of times, so far, for year after year, they come back. So, I just always hope that the duck hunters don't get them. But, yeah, I was saying I'm finishing up part 1 of a 3-part video follow-up to the Snowy Oak Note. It's published to the public view, but it was published by Snowy Oak community page, and it was written by me, Sahar Chenier, founding spokesperson of Snowy Oak, Stop Non-Consensual Experiments on All World Citizens, regarding the Aaron Alexis emails of September 1st, 2013 to Mr. Derek Robinson, and from him as well. And there's been a lot of activity to try to prevent me from... That seems to be to try to prevent me from getting the video presentation done. I would like to have gotten it up before the end of today, but that won't be possible now. I'll keep working on it through this holiday weekend. It's Thanksgiving weekend. And I was, the note was posted October 2013, the Snowy Oak Note, and it was really a preliminary breaking news report. And but I went to a lot of effort. I stayed up all night and everything, and went to a lot of effort, or I should say all day, because they had kind of turned my schedule around, but went without sleep for a long stretch to get the note posted up that same day that I found out about the emails. And I did take the initiative to, when I saw part to all of one email contact, to follow up with the living person or party of that communication thread, to find out if there was more communication, including by email, and to help verify that the emails were authentic and what have you. He did not seem familiar with where to find the full header information before I provided the process to him, a procedure for doing that, and so forth. So I'm bringing this up because, for documentation's sake, because the New York Post ran off with credit 5 days later, claiming that they had exclusively obtained the email set. And I believe it's owned by the same person that owned Fox News Channel when I was working there, which may or may not be a coincidence. I was working out of New York City, and I believe the New York Post is also based in New York City. And there is a lot of evidence that all of my calls are and other communications are being surveilled. And that person was not too long ago, or that party in the British Parliament, as my understanding. I wasn't watching all of the proceedings, although I watched some, over illicit to illegal phone tapping and what have you. So there does seem to be maybe some more pieces of the puzzle coming together with regard to targeting in my case, and there certainly have been efforts to try to, seems like, what they call get me under coercive control, and I know I'm not the only one, and to try to prevent me from being able to work for anyone else, anywhere else, what have you, and just be stuck working for the perpetrators network, the organized perpetrators network. And part of those efforts have involved trying to steal credit and steal work from me before. And so it might be part of the pattern, what's happened here as well, that I'm not sure of as yet. But I think my priority will be I will spend some time with my dogs, because my Yoda, who I was told was microchipped when I adopted him back in 2002, I want to say it was several years ago, I was told he had been microchipped for tracking purposes, prior to the adoption. So there was some interesting activity initially there as well. And I will say this kind of reminds me, when I was in downtown Toronto, Ontario, Canada, there was a nightclub right outside the apartment that I had been expertly shepherded to with the benefit of hindsight, and that was in early 2007 to mid-2007. And every 6th year, the targeting against me has surged, and I don't think that's a coincidence either. And so now it's 2013. I'm in a 6th year again now. And so in and around that year, especially leading up to it, because in some cultures, is my understanding, and some beliefs, you see, before you get called 1 year old, you're in your first year. So 0 to 1, effectively. Of course, nobody's really age 0, but, from before they consider you to reach your first birthday, are you 1 year old? Well, some cultures would say yes. They would refer to you as a 1 year old. And so I'm thinking that when they start revving certain things up in advance of the actual birthday, that could be a reason. But I try not to get too fixated on the organized perpetrators' beliefs as far as any kind of satanic worshiping or anything like that, because they seem awfully fascinated by satanic rituals, and I think it's a mistake to become fascinated by such. So while I keep my eyes and ears open for patterns, I'm actually making a conscientious decision not to focus research too much in certain directions. So God bless everyone, and I don't know that I'll be posting this video, especially if, everything goes smoothly enough going forward, but part of the reason I'm making this is in case something were to happen to me, then it's another part of the record that someone could share and review. Thank you.